Hey, well, my name's Hayden and I own ClickFox PPC agency, where we manage people's spend effectively and profitably at an affordable rate on Amazon. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about how to create profitable auto campaigns on Amazon. Auto campaigns can be extremely underrated. There's two uses that we have for auto campaigns. One of the uses can be exactly what I said, to create profitable campaigns for a lot of your listings at a very cheap rate. We can get a really good ACOS on them. And another thing we can use them for is to actually harvest data from them auto campaigns, keywords, product targeting, all that sort of stuff, and then we can harvest that data and scrape that data into creating profitable manual campaigns. Now in this video, I'm going to simply tell you how to create auto campaigns in the most profitable way for your business. Don't go anywhere. Amazon PPC dashboard here. So I've got test auto campaign. What we're going to be doing, as just mentioned in this video, is we're going to be doing the most profitable way that you can create auto campaigns. Now, we're not going to be harvesting data from auto campaigns here. I'm going to show you how you can use auto campaigns in the two ways that you can use them, either to make profit or to harvest information from them. I'll show you that in a future video. In this video, we're going to talk about the most important way to make them in the most profitable way. So first thing we're going to do is make a new portfolio. I'll talk about that in another video. Portfolio creation is very important for organization, but first things first, you want to make a portfolio for your auto campaigns. And then what we want to do is click on these sponsored products here. Now, depending on the name you want to have for your campaign, you want to make sure that you name it in a way that you're going to remember. So if you've got more than one auto campaign, you might want to have this for your new launches. So you might want to have your new launches, and then if you've got an estimated bid you're going to have, which we're not sure at the moment, you might want to put it as 12p bid or something like that. So new launches, auto, 12p bid. So that's the sort of thing you can do in the early days there. And then what you want to do down here, obviously I've blurred mine out because you can't be seeing my specific products, but you want to be adding your products to this page. Now, the next thing you want to do is come down to the auto targeting stage here, right? So I'm going to do other videos on manual targeting later, but we're just going to focus on the auto targeting here. Next thing you want to do is come down to the suggested bid. Now, the suggested bid's a really important factor to figuring out auto campaigns on Amazon, right? We're not going to do it by targeting group. We're going to that in another video. But what we're going to do here is set the default bid. Now, this is the bid that Amazon is just going to give to you, obviously self-explanatory, by default. So this is the maximum bid that Amazon is going to do. So this depends on what you want to do here. Okay, so if we were doing, like I'm going to talk about in another video, discovery campaigns, where the only reason we're running, the goal for running auto campaigns can be at a higher bid so that you're extracting that data and then harvesting it into other manual targeting campaigns. As I say, we're not going to go into that now. If you're running one for profit, then the whole point of that is not to extract the data, but it's to actually make profit. So to make profit, you want to be having the lowest possible bid. However, this has many determining factors on what niche you're in, what type of products you sell. But the best thing you want to do is test it as low as possible. So you could test it at a 0.05p bid to start. Now, some people do 2p, 3p, whatever you want to do. A lot of people doing arbitrage or wholesale also just do a 5p auto bid for all products. You can do that as well. If you're doing bundles, if you're doing private label, this also works for you as well, though. I would start it at a lowish bid, say 5p, 7p, 8p, because you can always go up, right? I like to put the budgets quite high, but with the actual bid, it's good to start low, check if it's actually getting traction, which I'll show you in a second, and then you can start increasing it afterwards, right? But it's about finding that balance. So always put it on the low to start with. You don't have to worry about any negative keyword target or anything like that. It's all very simple. The negative product targeting, don't have to worry about that at this stage at all. That stuff might come in handy later, when we talk about harvesting auto campaigns, but and doing the maintenance of auto campaigns. I can do some videos on that in the future. But right now, it's just is what it is, right? We're going to start at a low bid and then we're going to start bringing it up. Now, down here, you'll notice you've got dynamic bids. Should you do it dynamic, up and down, where Amazon's going to bring it up and down with up to a percentage of 100%. Dynamic bids, which is down only, or the fixed bids. We're going to click fixed bids here. And the reason we're going to click fixed bids is because we don't want Amazon to put it up. We don't want them to put it down. We want to be fully in charge of that, right? Sometimes when you let Amazon go ahead and do what they want, yeah, they do a lot of crazy stuff and just suck up all your budget because obviously they want to make money. They are in charge of this. This is their platform. And it's actually one of the most profitable ways that Amazon makes money. Now, you'll see all this stuff as well, adjust bids by placement. Now, I'm not going to go into this again also, but when we come to the maintenance part of auto campaigns, which is what I'm going to do a video on in the future, once again, this will be covered there. But you don't have to touch any of this now, right? Product pages, rest of search, search at top of search, all this stuff. What this means, I'll quickly go into it, is we could adjust this by 5%, which means that, as an example, we've got a 5p bid. That means that, you know, up to 5% increase on that 5p in order for Amazon to try and get the top of page search for us. It has the ability, if we do that, if we increase that, to increase that bid slightly. Now, once again, we don't have to worry about that now because this is all about testing. PPC is about testing. When it comes to the campaign name, I also name that there as well, right? Because I have one portfolio for one product and then one campaign for one product. And then one ads group for one product as well, right? They're all the same for me, right? That's just how I like to do it. I like it all organized like that. Now, I don't usually put an end date on any of my campaigns. That's totally up to you. The only reason that might come in handy is if it's Christmas and you've got Christmas seasonal items and you want that to end on the 26th of December or something like that, the day after Christmas, fair enough. But in most cases, it's about testing, and we're not going to end it unless it's going really badly for us. In terms of the daily budget, as I say, most advertisers put a budget at least £10, it tells you. I would recommend putting that as much as you want. Some of mine are £20, £30. Generally, the higher the better. Even if Amazon doesn't spend it, sometimes it will restrict the way that it distributes your budget unless you've got a high budget. So you could put that at £50, and then trust me, the fact that you've only got 5p bid, it's not going to use all that up. I'd be very, very surprised. It's going to use a proportion of it up, and obviously that depends on the selling time you're in, the season. But generally, it's not going to suck it all up unless you've got a huge catalogue, right? So I would personally put a larger bid on there, maybe £30, and then just make sure you're controlling that bid, that daily budget, sorry, by the bids here. You're controlling that by the bids rather than the budget, because that means it's not going to restrict you. And then you simply click Launch Campaign there. And guys, that is how you work out auto campaigns in the most profitable way when you're starting them. In one of the videos following this, I'm going to do a video on how to optimize PPC campaigns, and I'm also auto campaigns on PPC, and I'm also going to do a video on the 2 ways that we use auto campaigns. One of them's for harvesting and the other one's for profitability. Okay, stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, share it with anyone if you found it interesting. I really appreciate that, and I'll speak to you in the next video.